Paul Reubens brought Pee-wee Herman to life over 40 years ago, and while Reubens himself passed away in 2023, the character's legacy shows no signs of fading. For a character as zany as Pee-wee Herman, it's perhaps unsurprising that the two words Reubens once used on Twitter to describe his creation are rebel and loner. These are the same words spoken by the character in 1985's Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
You don't want to get mixed up with a guy like me. I'm a loner, Daddy. A rebel.
During a 2004 interview with Stone Phillips, Reubens spoke about the character he brought to life. Reubens saw Pee-wee Herman as someone with a really good heart who simply didn't have a clue. He added that Herman is somebody who was truly naive and was trying to do the best he could do, but it didn't always come out like that. After the release of the comeback film Pee-wee's Big Holiday in 2016, Paul Rust, who co-wrote the movie with Reubens, offered Time magazine his thoughts on the character and the world he inhabits. He said, "My favorite quality of Pee-wee is that he's not a weirdo in his world. He's accepted by everybody as normal. For anybody growing up feeling out of place, it's this utopia fantasy world where everybody's weird, everybody gets along." During his own interview with Time, Reubens acknowledged Pee-wee Herman's unique approach to life, but ultimately took a neutral stance on the character's nature and refused to label his peculiar attitude as either good or bad. He simply said, "I'm just saying that you notice if Pee-wee Herman walks into a room." In his 2004 interview with Stone Phillips, following charges of indecent exposure and obscenity levied against Reubens, the host noted that some were uncomfortable with the Pee-wee Herman persona. Here, Reubens was a bit less neutral, saying, "I don't know if I can view Pee-wee Herman as someone that would give you the willies." Speaking to Fresh Air in 2004, Reubens revealed how he came up with the name for Pee-wee Herman. Apparently, he owned a small harmonica that said Pee-wee on it, and also happened to know a kid whose surname was Herman. He added them together, and voila, a star was born.
Pee-wee Herman sounded like the kind of name you would never make up.
As for the persona, well, the initial template for Herman's character, that of a nervous comedian, was created by Reubens and Phil Hartman in 1978. At the time, they were working with the Groundlings, a legendary improv and sketch troupe based in Los Angeles. Reubens became acquainted with the Groundlings in the 1970s and finally debuted his creation to the world in 1980. Speaking to Parade, Reubens revealed that, at the beginning, his character in some ways reflected his comedy, and in particular one of his weaknesses. He explained, "I could never remember punchlines to jokes, so my character was a bad comic who would never expect to make it." The character evolved from there before making his first on-screen appearance in a 1981 taping of The Pee-wee Herman Show, and the rest is history. Of course, it's not easy to pin down the Pee-wee Herman character, and this ambiguity is intentional. Reubens once said, "To me, there was a conceptual aspect to Pee-wee. If you thought Pee-wee was a kid, fine. If you thought Pee-wee was a man trying to be a kid, great. If you thought Pee-wee was developmentally challenged, fine, whatever." Herman's sexuality has also been questioned in works such as the queer essay collection Out in Culture, though Reubens preferred to avoid making any definitive statements. When the New York Times' Jonah Weiner pressed the actor on the purported homoeroticism displayed in Pee-wee's Big Holiday, Reubens reportedly flashed a grin and replied, "I have no idea what you're talking about." Many would argue the ambiguity of Pee-wee Herman is exactly why the character's legacy is so strong, and the words loner and rebel certainly seem to do him justice. Time will tell whether it will continue on in Reubens' absence.